Hello, I am Joseph George. I am an independent researcher. Uh, I published many videos about my research. Uh, Many people asking me uh, about my research. Uh, Many of you may know about my work, but the people who are not they are new to my channel and this new physics. I would like to I thought I will make a video about explaining all this. First thing I want to tell you is that I am not a native English speaker. I am from India. My pronunciation is not may not be proper, or and my English also is not very good. I am not very fluent in English, but I hope you may understand my English. So please pardon me with my English. So I am an independent researcher. I am doing research independently. I am not uh, affiliated to any university or anything, any institution. I am doing my research my own. I started my research in 1994. I am 51 years old. So I was very interested in physics, and so when I was small, I started to read about so many ideas and concepts, and from my studies and extra other publications. So I was very interested in it all, the explanation of light and the structure of the atom, and the explanation of nuclear energy, how nuclear energy is released, etc. So I was very much interested in that. So I started to learn about all of them, and once after some time, I started to suspect about many of that ideas, validity or its authenticity. It was a way, for example, I thought that how it is possible the electrons in an atom continuously moving around the nucleus. According to the current understanding, electrons in an atom exist in energy levels or orbital. They are behave like a matter wave, or electrons are considered as electron clouds. The wave mechanical model or atomic orbital model of the atom says that electrons exist in different energy levels in the atoms. So atoms emit photons when electrons jump transit between these when a high energy outer level energy level to inner level, the difference between the energy level is released as photon. But I didn't take that very correct. I had doubt about that concept. The continuous motion of around the nucleus, and another theory is the electromagnetic wave theory of light, and the explanation of atomic theory. I'm not going very deep into my research in this. I am trying to give an introduction about why is the significance of this new physics, and about my research. And at present, I am I recently published a book on how mass defect results in the generation of energy. And 1 year before, I published another book. I show you about my book. This is Amazon. So this is this is my recent book, Mass Defect Transformed into an extremely thin form of matter. And Ether Assist, I published 1 year before. This also another structure of the atom is another one of my books. And so all that. So I have attended some of atomic molecular EM physics conferences in 2015 in Spain, and in Delhi in 2015, and many atomic EM physics conferences. I submitted my abstract about my atomic theory, and many of them invited me, but as an independent researcher, I couldn't attend those conferences. But in Spain, I attended the conference. So that is my. So you can find all these details in my book and my websites. I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com atom model, and I have also a Facebook page. So according to the special theory of relativity, mass and energy are are interchangeable. Mass can be converted into energy, and vice versa. That is Einstein's mass energy equivalence principle. But according to the theory, mass defect in a nuclear reaction or any event in the universe is converted into a pure energy. That is Einstein theory, that E equals mc squared. That equation describe how this happens. That is the current understanding of mass defect or mass energy, how mass related to energy, etc. However, my investigations leads led me to another direction. When I closely examined different types of nuclear reactions, I got to know that mass defect, in fact, the energy associated with a mass defect mostly appears or demonstrates the energy release associated with a mass defect demonstrates as the kinetic energy of the most of the energy is appeared as the kinetic energy of the product fragments or product particles, and a very small fraction of energy is released as in the form of gamma ray radiation. However, most of the energy in a nuclear reaction or any nuclear decay or any other nuclear process is released in the form of the kinetic energy of the product particles. This captured my attention. So I examined, I studied about this phenomenon. So, for example, when a uranium-238 decays, an alpha decays into a thorium-234. That means the alpha decay of a uranium-238, and it becomes uranium-234. In this reaction, the alpha particle gains almost at 6% of the speed of light that travels in one direction, and the thorium-238 to 234 recoils in the just opposite direction. And many other phenomenon. uranium, the fission reactions and other fusion reactions of deuterium and tritium, etc. When you closely observe all these mass defects and the kinetic energy associated with this mass defect, when you look this phenomena through the lens of conservation of mass, conservation of energy, conservation of momentum, it leads us to a wonderful and interesting possibility. When you see this, for example, the alpha decay of uranium-238, when you see this in the through the lens of this conservation momentum, conservation energy, it leads to the possibility that there is an internal explosion within this process. So that is the one of my very interesting, very what I say is exciting finding. So this is true for every mass defect and every other nuclear process which creates mass defect. When a mass defect happens, this mass defect propels the product fragments or product particles at very high speeds. So in different directions, these particles, smaller particles are traveling at a very high speed. Heavier particles or fragments, nuclei, daughter nuclei, heavy segment travels slower speed. Small particles travels at a very high speed. So this, when you mathematically observe, assess this phenomenon, you will lead to the possibility that there is an internal explosion happening with this. Since there is a mass defect, I reached the conclusion that when there is a mass defect happens, the missing mass explosively transformed. So if the explosion means there is no matter is disappeared, mass is transformed into, changed into something else. So they reached the conclusion that when a mass defect happens, it transformed into another form of matter. So there is no mass is not disappeared. In fact, matter is not lost. In fact, there is a change in the state of matter happens with every mass defect. So it has a impact. It has a huge impact on the understanding of, in fact, the entire universe, because mass defect is a universally occurring phenomenon. For example, our sun, and just like all the stars in the universe, supernova explosions, black hole mergers, neutron star collisions, even an asteroid impact, and all these events creates mass defects. In this case of these astronomical events, such as supernova explosions, black hole mergers, neutron star collisions, all these kind of events creates mass defects on a vast scale. So in our galaxy and other galaxies in the universe are creating a lot of mass defects every second. That leads to an interesting possibility that the entire universe is filled with this type of matter. So this is a very huge thing, because if space is filled with that type of matter, it can influence all phenomena in the universe. For example, if space is filled with a type of matter, it is certain that the space inside an atom also must be filled with it. If space is filled with something, the space inside an atom also must be filled with such a type of matter. So, and as a form of matter, this matter will be attracted by massive bodies such as every stars in the universe, every planets in the universe, every black holes, every neutron star, every supermassive black hole, every massive body, because of its gravity, it will attract this space-filling matter, and this creates a dense region close to the massive body, and it decreases with the distance. It can explain many important phenomena which we currently look through the lens of theory of relativity. For example, starlight bending and gravitational lensing. Since a body such as a star, for example our sun, since it maintains a dense region around it, when a beam of light passes through this region of space, the light will get refracted and bend. When a refraction is because of the change in the speed, when a light enters in a dense region, it will get slowed down and refract. So the starlight bending and gravitational lensing, perhaps because of the refraction of light, and an orbiting body such as Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. So, since the Sun has a dense region of space filling matter around it, and the perihelion region of the Mercury planet, that is the density of space filling matter in that region is sufficient to influence the orbital orbit of the Mercury. So I think about the possibility that when the Mercury approaches this perihelion region, because of the dragging effect of this space filling matter, probably the Mercury will slightly skid forward. So each time when Mercury approaches this region, it will skid. So so each time its orbit will slightly change. Probably that can explain the precession of the perihelion of Mercury's orbit. A S2 star is the closest star to the galaxies and in the Milky Way galaxy. So when a S2 star approaches the perihelion region, because of the interaction of the space filling matter in the perihelion region, it may also, as I said before, it may skid forward. So this can explain the precession of the S2 star, and the orbital, the vibrational frequency of a particle such as an electron. When an electron vibrates in the high density region, because of the density of the space filling matter within the atom and outside the atom, the vibrational frequency of the electron can be influenced by the denser space filling matter. So this at a lower altitude, for example, if an atomic clock at lower altitude, because of the density of space filling matter is high within the atom and the outside of the atom, it will vibrate at a slower rate. So it will emit a longer wavelength radiation, longer wavelength photon. However, in a high altitude, because the density is less, the effect of the space filling matter on the vibrating electron will be less. So it will vibrate at a higher frequency, and it will emit a short wavelength photon. So these things, the starlight bending and the gravitational lensing, the precession of the perihelion of Mercury's orbit, the shift in the wavelength. This can explain the time dilation and the bending of the curvature of space-time. In fact, these phenomena are not because of the curved space-time as suggested by special relativity. So, according to general relativity, gravity is the curvature in space-time. However, when you add this space-filling matter into the picture, you will get a different explanation for the time dilation and the starlight bending. Starlight bending is not because of the curvature of space-time, but this is perhaps it is only simply the refraction of light. And we can find a better explanation for many important phenomena, all important phenomena which are currently we look through the lens of special and general relativity. And according to my studies, there's a better explanation for what are radio waves, how radio waves are produced. Radio waves and light, they are different only in their wavelengths. So once we figure out what may be radio waves, then we will get a better understanding about what is light also. So I give a short explanation for what are radio waves according to my studies. So when an electric current vibrates in a closed, a current in a wire creates a magnetic field. But when the current vibrates, for example, a coil, consider a coil. When a current flows through the coil, it creates a magnetic field. But when the current starts to vibrate, oscillate to and forth, it will create a vibrating magnetic field. But the vibrating magnetic field created by a coil are also closed loop, because the wire is closed. Current is going to and forth, back and forth through a closed circuit. The vibrating magnetic field also are closed loop. So a closed loop of wire creates a closed loop of vibrating magnetic field. However, the interesting thing happens when you attach an open circuit. When you attach a wire antenna is an open wire. One end is connected to the transmitter. The other end is free. So when you attach a wire to this oscillator, this open looped wire creates an open looped vibrating magnetic field. A closed loop of wire creates a closed loop of vibrating magnetic field. However, when you attach a wire, since the wire is an open looped wire creates a open loop vibrating magnetic field. So this magnetic field, open looped vibrating magnetic field, can propagate through space. I think that probably radio waves are open looped vibrating magnetic lines. These are my research. This is a short description of my research. So I am preparing my research paper to submit. So as an independent researcher, I have in fact, if somebody like to sponsor my research, I'll be happy to accept that. You can find my contact details in the description of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you understand the basic idea about what are my research and all that. You can buy my books from the description. I have given the links to the books in the description, and also I have given some selected video links also. I am Joseph George. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching.